This is chapter number 14, sources of energy. So we are taking question and answer. The board question and answer, an important question and answer we are taking. What is acid rain? So acid rain, the rain which contains acidic oxides like oxides of carbon, nitrogen and sulfur. All these is in our atmosphere because of the car, because of the industries, etc. Now, when the rain comes down, it accumulates all these and this reaches the ground. So this is the acid rain. Write the name of the substance whose vapors are used to run the turbine of the generator of ocean thermal energy plant. It is ammonia. This is the substance name. Mention the minimum temperature difference required between surface water and water at a depth of up to 2 km in an ocean thermal energy plant. So 20 degrees centigrade, or you can say 293 Kelvin, is in trapping geothermal energy. So this is the minimum temperature difference required between surface water and water at depth up to 2 km in an ocean thermal energy plant. Distinguish between renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Also give an example of each of these resources. So renewable sources of energy, they are constantly supplied by nature and they are inexhaustible. These are renewable sources of energy. Non-renewable sources of energy, on the other hand, they do not renew or regenerate themselves and they are exhaustible. They will exhaust some time in the future. Renewable sources of energy, it provides low cost of operation, where these have high cost of operation. Renewable sources of energy, they produce little or no pollutants, thus minimum impact on the environment, like the wind energy, solar energy, no pollution whatsoever. While the non-renewable energy sources like the petrol, diesel, gas, etc., they produce a lot of pollutants like the coal, like the petroleum. State the principle of working of ocean thermal energy conservation plant. Explain how the plant works. Write one essential condition for it to operate properly. So the principle of working of this OTEC, we have just said OTEC, ocean thermal energy conversion. The water at the surface of the ocean is warmer than the water at the deeper depths, right? So the temperature difference can be used by ocean thermal energy conversion system to generate electricity. How does it work? Now in OTEC plant, the energy of water surface or warm water surface water is used to convert low boiling point liquid ammonia into gaseous state. Now the vapor of ammonia at high pressure is used to spin the turbine of generators converting the ocean thermal energy into electricity. The used vapor passed through the condenser when cold water pumped from the deeper parts of the ocean condenses the ammonia vapor back into liquid. And this process is repeated again and again to get continuous production of electricity. These are the essential conditions for it to operate properly. OTEC, the temperature difference between the warmer water at the surface and the colder water at depths of 2 km should be 20 degrees centigrade or more. If it is less, it's not going to work. Name one fuel used in nuclear reactor. Uranium-235, this is one of the fuel. Thorium, plutonium, all these are used. Name any two elements that are used in fabricating solar cells. Germanium, silicon, these are two elements that are used in fabricating solar cells. Name the reaction responsible for large energy production in the sun. This is nuclear fusion. Mention why it is not possible to make use of solar cells to meet all our energy needs. State 3 reasons to support your answer. Also mention 3 uses of these solar cells. So it is not possible to make use of solar cells to meet all of our energy need. Why? Because of limited availability of special grade semiconducting material like the silicon and germanium. Solar cells have lower efficiency as they depend entirely on intensity of the solar radiation, the warmth from the sunlight. The process of manufacturing solar cells is very expensive. Silver used for interconnection of cells in the panel further adds to the cost. Now the uses of solar cell. They provide electric power to satellites and space probes. They provide electric power to offshore drilling platforms and the lighthouses, and TV relay station, wireless systems, transmission system located in remote areas. They use solar panels to get electric power. Out of the two elements A and B, mass number is 2, mass number is 2, 3, 5. This is A, this is B. Which one is suitable for making a nuclear reactor and a hydrogen bomb? Name the nuclear reaction involved in each case. Write one difference between the two types of nuclear reaction. See, when 2 combines to become 1, this is fusion. When 1 divides into 2, this is called fission. So here for nuclear reactor element B, the mass number is 235 is suitable as a fuel in a nuclear reactor. For hydrogen bomb, element A with mass number 2 is suitable for making the hydrogen bomb. So the nuclear reaction involved in nuclear reactor is nuclear fission reaction, while in nuclear bomb it is nuclear fusion. What is the difference between this nuclear fission and fusion? Fusion reaction releases much greater energy with non-reactive products than the energy released in the fission reaction with radioactive products. List 2 nutrients that the slurry left behind in the biogas plant contain. So they contain nitrogen and phosphorus, very good for, can be used as compost or manure. Biogas is also known as gobar gas. Justify. The starting material for biogas is mainly the cow dung, so it is known as gobar gas. List 2 practical uses of biogas in rural areas. So the practical uses of biogas in rural area, it is an excellent fuel which burns without smoke, with high heating capacity or high calorific value, and it is also used for lighting. Biogas is considered to be a boon to the farmers. Give reasons. So it is the source of excellent manure, rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, which can be obtained from the biogas plant in addition to biogas. It also provides safe, efficient and profitable disposal method for bio-waste and sewage material. What are the advantages of nuclear energy? The nuclear energy has certain advantages. A very small quantity of nuclear fuel is needed to produce large amount of useful energy. A nuclear power plant produces less atmospheric pollution than thermal power plants if the nuclear fission reaction is performed properly. And small amount of nuclear fuel can run a nuclear power plant over a long period of time. And there is no need of inserting the nuclear fuel in the nuclear reactor again and again in a short period, as in the case of thermal power plant, where you need to refill it again and again. What is solar cell panel? Mention any 3 of its applications. So a large number of solar cells combined in an arrangement to obtain large electric power is called solar cell panel. The application of solar cell panel, first of all, it provides electric power for the working of artificial satellites which are stationed in outer space. How to give them electricity? This was the only possibility. Running of irrigation water pumps by the farmers in rural areas, and remote area street lighting is done through this power. Out of 2 solar cookers, one was covered with plain glass slab and other was left open. Which of the 2 solar cookers will be efficient and why? The solar cooker which was covered with plain glass slab would be more efficient. The glass lid allows heat radiation from sun to enter the solar cooker but does not allow the reflected heat radiation to escape or go outside the box. So the heat trapped inside the box increases the temperature. Glass lid also reduces heat loss due to reflection. List any 3 hazards of nuclear waste. How does the disposal of nuclear waste pose a problem for the plant and animal life? So nuclear waste, because we have already seen Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Chernobyl, so many things we have seen. So there is always a hazard of nuclear waste. Nuclear waste contain radioactive substances which are very harmful for us, which emit harmful nuclear radiations. There is high risk of environmental contamination and they are highly toxic. So the effect of nuclear waste on flora and fauna, that is plant and animal life, the radiations emitted from the nuclear waste, they penetrate deep inside the human or animal body, where they can damage biological cells, thereby initiate cancer or cause genetic diseases. Increased mortality of plants, soil, invertebrates and mammals, and reproductive losses in plants and animals have also been observed in various studies. Charcoal is a better fuel than wood. Why? First of all, it burns without flames. It is comparatively smokeless. It has high calorific value, that is, higher heat generating efficiency than as compared to wood. How does biogas plant help to reduce the problem of pollution? First of all, it provides better sanitation due to safe disposal of bio-waste and sewage material. And biogas obtained from this plant produce less smoke on burning, right? The residue left can be used as manure or compost, which can be used as an alternative of the fertilizers, chemical fertilizers. Therefore, it prevents soil and water from degradation. What is geothermal energy? So the heat energy obtained from molten rocks found in deeper hot region inside the earth, this energy is called geothermal energy. What are the advantages of wind energy? So the advantages are, it is an inexhaustible source of energy, that is a renewable source of energy. It does not cause any environmental pollution, and it is available everywhere free of cost. How does construction of dam across the river get linked with the production of greenhouse gases? See, a vast variety of plants get submerged in water. If this is the land, if water comes, then water if comes, the flora and fauna here, meaning animal and plant, which are not able to get oxygen or carbon dioxide, or they are not able to survive inside, they are not aquatic, so they are not able to survive below water. So vast variety of plants get submerged in water, they rot under or degrade under anaerobic condition, and it produces large amount of greenhouse gases like the methane. How do technological inputs improve the efficiency of biomass fuels? See, traditional use of biomass fuel are not only they are efficient, but they also produce a lot of pollutants which are hazardous to health. Therefore, technological inputs are necessary to improve the efficiency of these fuels and make them environment friendly. With the help of technology, smokeless chulhas and biogas plants have been designed. Mention any 4 limitations in harnessing wind energy on a large scale. So the limitation of harnessing wind energy, first of all, the speed of wind is not available at all time at all places. So this is first drawback, natural drawback. To establish the wind energy farm, a large area of land is required, is needed. Speed of wind should be higher than 15 km per hour to harness the wind energy. See, these are the blades of the instrument. So 15 km and above, wind will be able to rotate it. That rotation will ultimately be responsible for creating the electricity or the power. The construction of windmill and its installation is also very expensive. What happens when wood is burned in a limited supply of oxygen? Name the residue left behind after the reaction and state 2 advantages of using this residue as a fuel over wood. So when wood is burned in limited supply of oxygen, volatile materials present in it gets removed and cooled to get wood tar and wood gas. Now the black residue left behind or after the reaction is known as charcoal. Advantages of using charcoal as a fuel over wood are, first of all, burning of charcoal does not produce smoke or very little smoke. On the other hand, wood produces a lot of smoke on burning. For a given quantity, charcoal produces more heat. It has more calorific value than the wood. Name 4 gases commonly present in biogas. State 2 advantages of using this gas over fossil fuels. So methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. Advantage of using this biogas over fossil fuels. First of all, biogas burns without smoke, leaves no residue like the coal, and biogas is cheaper as compared to the fossil fuels. How are the wastes produced in nuclear power plant different from those produced in thermal power plants? What happens to the waste of nuclear power plant? So the waste obtained from nuclear power plant is highly radioactive in nature, which emits harmful radiation, whereas waste produced in thermal power plants, they are non-radioactive. So the management of nuclear waste is given like this. Some products of nuclear waste are buried, sealed steel lead containers for a long-term storage, buried under the ground or dumped in vacated coal mines. And other waste products transforms into less harmful products or to products which have shorter half-life. In a solar cooker, the following arrangements are made, right? One function of each arrangement. The box is made of insulating material such as plastic or wood. So in order to avoid loss of heat from solar cooker to the surrounding, this is done. Then we have the inner walls of the box are painted black. Black surface, it absorbs more heat radiation, sunlight of incident energy. The box is covered with transparent glass sheet. Now the transparent glass sheet does not allow the reflected heat radiation to go outside the box. It remains inside the box. The plane mirror is hinged at an angle at the top of the box. So to increase the amount of solar energy incident on the transparent glass sheet, that is why this is done. Describe how hydro energy can be converted into electrical energy. Write any two limitation of hydro energy. So how do we convert it from hydro to electrical? High-rise dam means dams with higher height or good altitude. They are constructed on the river to obstruct the flow of water to collect it at a suitable height. Now the stored water has a lot of potential energy, mgh. Now the water from suitable height is allowed to fall on the blades of turbine located at the bottom of a dam through a pipe. Now the kinetic energy of flowing water rotates the turbine rapidly, and rotation of turbine helps the armature coil of generator to rotate rapidly in the magnetic field. Therefore, the hydroelectricity is generated. So this is how there is water. Now this is the dam. Now here the water is from a height, great height. It is allowed to fall like this. And here we have turbines. They rotate and then the generator generates the electricity. What are the limitations of hydro energy? All river sites are not suitable for construction of dams, and large ecosystems are destroyed when submerged under the water in dam. So these were the question and answer of this topic, asked in board and important questions. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.